Everyone is part of a bigger story. It's a bigger story than you can imagine. It's a big story about a really big God. Discover the story that shows you the character of God.
Hey there, I'm Jose. So, you want to take a guess at what this awesome thing is? Oh, it's my Bible. Seriously. One book made up of 66 smaller books. History, adventures, letters from road trips, journal entries, songs, poetry. It's like an entire library right here. And every single book tells one part of a bigger story. The amazing true story of how God created us and loves us so much, He made a way to rescue us so we could be close to Him. Even though we've done wrong things, God has written an incredible end to the story. For anyone who believes in Him, He can always make something good come from something bad. That's hope. And I've got 4 stories right here that paint a picture of hope in action. So we're gonna spend this entire month in the book of John. John was one of Jesus' closest friends. He traveled everywhere with Jesus and recorded the amazing things that he witnessed. Like the story that we find in John 11. Here, a friend of Jesus named Lazarus is sick. And we're not talking have some chicken noodle soup kind of sick. I mean, he's dying. So his sisters send word to Jesus. But instead of hot-footing it to heal Lazarus right away, Jesus waits a few days. And Lazarus dies. What? Wait, death is the end, right? I mean, period, dot, the story is over. But when Jesus does show up, He pulls a move that no one saw coming. A move that shows that God is more powerful than anything. Let's slide forward a few chapters to John 13. The religious leaders aren't happy about the way Jesus is teaching and healing, so they're looking to shut Him down. Now Jesus knows that the story is about to get dark, so He sets aside a special time to encourage His closest friends. As they share the Passover meal together, He promises that no matter what hard things they face in the days ahead, they can hold fast to the hope that there's light on the other side. Now we move ahead to John 18. The very night of that meal, Jesus is betrayed by a friend and arrested. His followers scatter. He's put on trial, accused by witnesses who make up fake stories about him. And then he's sentenced to die, even though he's done nothing wrong. Jesus, God's Son, is nailed to a cross, and He dies. It's the darkest moment of history. It doesn't get worse than this. And Jesus' friends are too much in despair to remember what He promised. That God is still at work, and the story isn't over yet. That's why it's time to take a look at John 20. We start in the dark. It's early on the 3rd morning after Jesus' death when one of His friends, Mary Magdalene, goes to the tomb where He's buried. But it's empty. And Mary's so upset she begs a gardener to tell her where he's taken Jesus' body. But that gardener, well, let's just say he turns out to be someone she didn't expect. It's a reality that changes the end of the story forever and proves that no matter what happens, God loves you. Now look, things may look dark for you right now, but God is still at work. And the end of the story will be more amazing than you can possibly imagine. That can give you all kinds of hope. And I can't wait to see how it plays out in you and me.